Next I'm going to go to is public comment. This public comment is technically for, we like to see issues that are not on the agenda, and your period will be for 3 minutes of comment. Please identify yourself to the board and the recorder. Any public comment at this time? Yes.
Good evening. My name is Bethany Danowitz, and I'm a resident of 2262 Hampton Street, located in White Lake Township. I am here tonight to address the board with a concern that I have regarding the conduct of one of its members, specifically Ms. Smith. Allow me to elaborate. My daughter is a second grader at Houghton Elementary, located in White Lake Township, where I currently sit as the school PTA president. I am very involved in the school, and it is through this involvement that I have crossed paths with Ms. Smith. I have on multiple occasions witnessed Ms. Smith berate both school employees and other parents during school hours and in front of students. Most recently was on Tuesday, February 14th, when both Ms. Smith and I were attending a class Valentine's Day party at Houghton Elementary. Though I was not witness to everything that took place that day inside the classroom, I did observe Ms. Smith in a very heated conversation with the school principal, where she was raising her voice and showing clear agitation. This was taking place in the hallway where students were coming in and out of their rooms, being witness to this behavior as well. As the situation escalated, Ms. Smith was asked to leave the school by administrators, and when she refused, the police were called. I observed both White Lake Township and Waterford police departments at the school. A report was being taken while the students exited their classrooms to go home for the day. I brought along a copy of the police report, case number 17-3241, that was filed that day by the White Lake Police Department. Ms. Smith's name is on the report, and the verified offense is listed as disturbance. It goes without saying that no parent wants to see multiple police cars at their child's school. I was not, however, surprised to see that Ms. Smith was a part of the problem requiring the police to be at the building. This is because of my own personal experience with her on October 30th, 2015, when we were attending a class Halloween party in the same classroom. During that party, Ms. Smith screamed at me personally, just inches from my face, as well as the classroom teacher, once again in front of a room full of first graders, making them feel scared and uncomfortable. Ms. Smith's behavior is both shocking and unacceptable, and the repeated pattern is consistent with what would be officially classified as bullying. She is a nuisance and creates undue stress and hostility to the students, staff, and parents at Houghton Elementary. While I am currently working with the Waterford School District to rectify her permitted presence in the school building, I find myself asking what type of behavior and conduct should be acceptable for someone sitting as a trustee on the board of the township that I reside in and pay taxes in. I can say personally that as a taxpayer in White Lake, as a parent of a school student in White Lake, and as an active voter in White Lake, I take offense to Ms. Smith's behavior and am disgusted by her representation of my community in her current role as a board member in White Lake Township. While Ms. Smith's concerns with issues within the school may be valid, her use of bullying, threats, and intimidation, all in the presence of students, are most unacceptable and an abuse of her power as a trustee of this township. I'm here tonight as a mom of 3 young children, doing everything I can to ensure their safety and well-being in this community. I choose to live here and to raise my family here. Smith's personality, demeanor, and behaviors are hers to live with as a person. However, as a board member, I expect better, as I hope you do as well. My hope is that, based off of the information that has been shared, the board will review the behavior of Ms. Smith and hold her liable for her conduct. Along with me tonight are other parents who feel similarly, some of which that would also like to share their experiences. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Anyone else have a comment, please?
My name is Phil Danowitz, and I am the husband of Bethany, and I too reside at 2262 Hampton in White Lake. My daughter also is a second grader at Houghton Elementary in White Lake. And my wife spoke for us. I'm really here to speak for her. She's 8 years old and deserves to be in a safe and welcoming environment in which to learn. On at least 2 occasions, very memorable occasions, should be happy occasions for her, a Halloween party and a Valentine's Day party, that simple right has been taken away from her by an adult who I learned is a family member of one of her fellow classmates. That person is also an elected trustee for the township in which I live, Liz Smith. To me, it does not matter why she has been in the school. The issue is her conduct while she has been in our school. You've already heard her conduct described by my wife, but in short, it is hostile, disruptive, and completely against what our local school, and I believe what our township and this board stands for. As a resident and taxpayer, I'm appalled and deeply saddened that this conduct can go on unabated without any recourse. I'm embarrassed to have this person, who should be an example, quite frankly, for my daughter as a young child, to represent my township. Those are my feelings, but as I said earlier, I'm really here to speak for my daughter. So what would my daughter say if she were here? Well, this is what she said to me. Why was that lady screaming in my class? Why was my class party scary instead of fun? Why are all the grown-ups so upset? Why did that lady yell at my friend's mom? Why did that lady yell at my mom? Why were there policemen at my school? Why were there people crying? And why do I feel scared when this lady comes into my class? Would any of you like to hear those things from your second grade daughter? Of course not. I don't think any reasonable person would. I want this township board to be one that I'm proud of, and right now that's not the case. Ms. Smith, I assume that none of your colleagues know about this conduct. And if they do know, I'd like to know what's being done to investigate and act upon this behavior. Mr. Kowal, Mr. Lilly, Mr. Roman, Mr. Powell, Mr. Ruggles, and Ms. Voorhees, you have all worked for years to create a good name for this board and for this township. I want you to know that this is in jeopardy at this time. This behavior was none of your concern in prior years, and it would not have been my place to bring it to this forum, but now it is. I ask respectfully for you to investigate these actions through police reports, through information from school administrators, and from parents who have been eyewitnesses to these actions. I ask you to act decisively and quickly. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.